This tutorial is for 3rd grade Module 3, Lesson 16. In this lesson, we're going to look at different properties that can help us when we're multiplying and dividing by both 1 and 0. Just to lay out some of the rules, whenever we think of multiplying a number times 1, so if I call n my number and I multiply it by 1, I always get n for the answer. For example, if I multiplied 3 times 1, I would get 3 for my answer. If I multiply any number times 0, I'm going to get 0 for an answer. For example, 3 times 0 is 0. If I take a number and I want to divide by 0, let's say I have 3 divided by 0, well, think about what that means. It means I'm going to take 3 items and divide them into 0 groups. You can see that that is not logical to think that way, that you can't take 3 items and put them into 0 groups. So we say you cannot divide by 0. That is undefined. You cannot divide by 0. But we can take 0 and divide it by 3. What that means is I'm going to take 0 and divide it into 3 equal groups. Well, I can do that by putting 0, 0, 0 into each group. So 0 divided by 3 is 0, and that we can do. We can put 0 into 3 equal groups. We cannot take 3 and put it into 0 groups. So again, you cannot divide by 0, but you can take 0 and divide it by another number. We'll keep these rules in mind as we fill in these problems. Some number times 1 is 6. That would be 6. Some number divided by 7 would be 0. That would be 0. 0 divided into 7 equal groups will give you 0 in each group. 8 times 1 equals 8. 9 divided by 1 equals 9. If you think about that, we're going to take 9 divided into one group. That means I have 9 in that group. 0 divided by 5 is 0. Here I have some number times 0 and I get 0. That means I can put any number here that I want because I'll always end up with 0 when I multiply another number by 0. So I'm just going to choose a random number. I'll choose 7. 7 times 0 equals 0. Here I have 4. I divided into a certain number of groups, and I have 1 in each group. That means that I took that 4, divided it into 4 groups, and now I have 1 in each group. Some number times 1 equals 3. That would be 3. 3 times 1 equals 3. And finally, 7 times 0 equals 0. So it's good to remember these rules as we continue our way through multiplication and division.